Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons Today. It is mailbag time, so our subscribers who, of course, have been watching previous videos and commenting their questions using the hashtag Falcons on previous videos might have had their question answered in this one. So let's jump into what you guys wanted to ask. Connor GG says, how big of an impact will Sean Payton retiring have on the Falcons? I think it has an impact because Payton is a very, very good head coach. Much we hate the Saints, he's done a very good job with, Drew Brees, and then when Drew Brees left. But I don't see this as that big of an impact. I see Sean Payton getting out at the right time, as we'll talk about here in a second. First, look at this. Look at the reason, really, why Sean Payton left. Salary cap. The Saints have the worst salary cap situation of any team in 2022. Literally, negative $171.5 million. Negative. They're in the hole that much money. Packers are right there at number 2, negative 46.3. Cowboys, negative 21.2. Vikings are a manageable negative 12.18. I mean, this is a bad situation right now for the Saints. They're going to be able to sign nobody. Like, literally nobody. They're going to be getting rid of people, and you can see why Sean Payton went, I don't have a quarterback, I have no money, draft picks are kind of iffy, I'm going to retire for a year and then definitely come back. Like, Sean Payton got out at the right time. It's very clear that he's going to retire for a year and then come back and, do what a lot of head coaches do. Andy Reid did it, remember, just to take a year off after Philadelphia, go with the Chiefs, and then restart because he's still young. He's like 58 years old. So I think he made the right decision personally. I think it will impact the NFC South. I think the question more now is what Brady does in the NFC South. If he retires, then I think Atlanta is going to be very much the favorite in the South? I don't know. It sounds weird to say, but if there's no Brady and then there's no Sean Payton, then what really do you have in terms of the Bucs? They need a brand new quarterback, and then the Saints, they need a quarterback, and they need a new head coach, and they have no money. And Carolina is very much a team in disarray that's rebuilding. So I think it has its impact. I think it means that a Saints team that would normally be a 4 to 6 win Saints team without Sean Payton would have been a 8 or 9 win team with Sean Payton, as we saw this past season. So I think their wins come down a little bit, but I don't think this is a surprise. I think Payton definitely got out at the right time and maybe puts the Falcons as one of the favorites. Who knows? In the NFC South in 2022. Who's the best coach in the NFC South right now? It's probably Bruce Arians. But, if Bruce Arians comes back next year, which I think he said that he would, that means Arthur Smith's number 2, right? I mean, he's got to be number 2, because Payton would have been 1, then Arians, or vice versa, and then Smith, and then Matt Rule. And so, trending upwards. This could be what was once a very daunting divisional schedule could be getting a little bit easier with Payton and maybe Brady leaving. The Golden Rooster says, what position should the Falcons draft in the first round? Wide receiver in the first round, sign a safe OG in free agency, draft a cornerback, maybe a defensive player in round 2. No, wide receiver in the first round cannot happen, period. They cannot go wide receiver in the first round. They have way too many draft needs. Like, here are my 5 in order, right? Defensive end, number 1. They've got to go defensive end in the first round. O-line is number 2. Maybe you go O-line in round 2, but not too sure about that one. Wide receiver's 3. It's still up there, but it's not 1 or 2. Then you go cornerback because you already have A.J. Terrell, so you need one other besides him. And I think running back squeaks in there at the same time. Some people say linebacker at number 5. I say running back, though. But defensive end has got to be number 1, right? You need wide receivers, and they will have to go ahead and sign some, that's for sure, but you have too many draft picks to focus in on, Jameson Williams or Chris Olave or Garrett Wilson, right? You need to spend your first-round draft pick on a defensive end, and I would argue your second-round draft pick on a defensive end. You need to get 2. You need to get 2 in this draft, whether it's 1 in the draft, 1 in free agency, 2 this offseason, in order to potentially, make this team at least semi-decent at pass rushing. They're terrible at pass rushing, and they have been. So, no, wide receiver is not the biggest need. Defensive end is definitely where you need to go in round 1. What do you guys think the Falcons' biggest need is? I say defensive end and offensive line. Most of you guys will agree, I think, but let me know what you guys think down below right now in the comment section. I'm very curious to see where you guys are at in terms of the Falcons' draft needs. All right, before we get into AJ's question here, quick shout out to our friends at BetUS and your chance to bet on the championship games this weekend in the AFC and NFC, respectively. Chatsports.com/BetFalcons is the link that you need with our friends at BetUS. Promo code Falcons125 gets you a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. You guys can bet on my picks. Here's what I'm doing. Chiefs -7. I love the Bengals. I think they're great. They're going to be really fun the next couple of seasons, but the Chiefs are too good. They'll win by more than 7 at Arrowhead. Over, under, I'm going to give you the under, 54.5. A little bit lower scoring. I don't think you have a shootout like you did with the Bills game. Rams -3.5. I think they finally get over the hump. They've lost 6 straight to the 49ers. It's not going to be 7. Rams at home in that one, and give me the over for 46.5. These are where my bets are going, where my money's going, and of course it's on our platform, or it's on our favorite platform, BetUS. Chatsports.com/BetFalcons. AJ Evans says, I know we have fallen off the face of the earth because of his injury. I know he has fallen off the face of the earth because of injury. But where are we on bringing Matt Gono back? Or are we replacing him with a healthier player? Matt Gono is still kind of an enigma. I mean, the injury was so weird last offseason, and we got kind of mixed reports. Was it a hand? Was it something else? He did sign the one-year deal last season, and so he will be a free agent. He's only 25 years old. If he's healthy, which I don't know, I've not heard anything in terms of his overall health. If he's healthy, I'd bring him back. I'd bring him back on a really cheap one-year deal and see what happens. At worst, he's depth. At best, he's a starting left guard. Literally. Look at this offensive line. There are plenty of places where you can upgrade. Center, I think you could upgrade. Left guard, you can definitely upgrade. Right tackle, you can definitely upgrade. I think moving Jalen Mayfield over to right tackle to compete at his natural position in for Caleb McGarry, at least providing some competition there, would be great. I think Gono at left guard would be just fine. If it's not Gono, somebody else. I've said this many times before. Bring in a free agent offensive lineman, maybe two on cheap, $4, $5, $6 million deals a year. You can afford that, especially after what they do with some cap moves coming up here at the start of the new league year in March. I think they can do a lot of things, and I think that they'll be fine on the offensive line. But maybe they bring back Gono, maybe not. Depends on his health. Speaking of offseason, we're going to cover it all here on the channel, including the crazy quarterback stuff, including the crazy quarterback question we have coming up here in just 1 second. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as we approach 5K subs here on Atlanta Falcons Today. Your one-stop shop, 10-minute quick format, get in, get out. I know you're busy during the day, but I want to update you guys on the Falcons, and so this is what we do. If you guys like it, go down below and hit the red subscribe button. Caleb D says, with Aaron Rodgers probably staying in Green Bay and Russell Wilson staying in Seattle, this benefits the Falcons so much. We will have the only capable quarterback on the trade market, if they stay, and free agent market. Trade him. And the Calvin Ridley sweepstakes also. Every team appears to want him. This could be an exciting offseason for the Falcons ever build the trenches. Okay, I agree with the last part of that, but I don't agree with the first part. Rodgers is not staying in Green Bay. I mean, there's no way. You see the news that came out, what was it, today, yesterday, whatever it was? Nathaniel Hackett, the Packer offensive coordinator, going to the Broncos to be their head coach. He's going to be a Bronco. And there was a report from Albert Breer saying that that's the feeling inside the building. Rodgers I would bet money on it right now. He's going to be a Bronco. So he's definitely going to move. And that would remove the most, I would say, real option for a veteran quarterback trade with Matt Ryan is Denver, in my opinion, even though I don't think Matt Ryan is going to be traded. Russell Wilson is either going to stay or he's going to go to Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia with their 3 first-round draft picks is kind of the top landing spot for Russell Wilson right now, although my bet is that Wilson will stay, so that takes him off the board and leaves you with Matt Ryan. As I've said before, if someone wants to offer me the sun, moon, and stars and take away the Matt Ryan contract, I'd trade him. I'm fine with that. I'm not tied to Matt Ryan for the next 3 years, but no one's going to do that, right? Matt Ryan's going to be a Falcon in 2022. Arthur Smith has already said that. It would take a miracle trade, and that trade would have to be Denver if Aaron Rodgers, spurns the Broncos, which I don't see happening. Either way, this will be a fun offseason, and maybe not for the quarterback discussion, but Falcons have cap space. The Falcons have, multiple draft picks, 2 in the second round, maybe another one with a Calvin Ridley trade in general. This will be a very fun offseason and a very important offseason for the Atlanta Falcons. Nick Poppin says, what do you think about Jordan Davis for the Falcons? Listen, I like Jordan Davis. I love me some Jordan Davis. I live in Atlanta. We all watched the National Championship game. I have no ties to UGA and the fact I cover them at a local radio station, and so I appreciate him. He'll be a first-round draft pick. I just don't know if he's what the Falcons need on the defensive line. Maybe if you were able to get him in the second round after already getting a pass rusher like Karlaftis or Ajabo at number 8 overall, then sure. But you already have Grady, right? So depending on the future of Grady Jarrett, I know the 2 of them paired up would be great, but you need outside exterior pass rushers who actually get after the quarterback. Jordan Davis is more of a plug in the middle, which is still great. I would love him, but I just don't know if I just don't know if he's the perfect fit. Now, maybe Nakobe Dean, the linebacker, I don't know if he needed one in the first round. They could use some linebacker help if you want a UGA player, but I think Davis, if you were to fall to round 2, could be an option, but definitely not in round 1. You guys want a UGA player, though? I know you do. Most of you Falcon fans are dog fans. If you want the Falcons to finally draft a dog, it's crazy they just never do. Give this video a thumbs up right now. Can we get to 100 likes on this video? Give this video a thumbs up if you guys appreciate it. One more here. Eric Jr. Perez says, can you do a 7th-round mock draft for 2022? Yes, the plan is maybe next week, maybe the week after, but very, very soon I will be doing a mock draft. We do a lot of mock drafts as we get closer to April, and it's almost February here. So, yes, we will be doing a mock draft, so be sure to subscribe as we finish out today's video. That way you can be a part of next week's mailbag video, hashtag Falcons in the comments for that, and, of course, for a upcoming mock draft, because a lot of you guys commented asking for a mock draft, so you will get one. Just sit tight and be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of great content coming up in the next couple of days and weeks. For Atlanta Falcons Today, I'm your host, Thomas Mott. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's going to be freezing in Atlanta this weekend, depending on where you guys are at. We'll be back on Monday for the latest Falcons news and rumors, as we always do. Again, hashtag Falcons down below for a mailbag question, and be sure to subscribe. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.